Hi, beautiful people. This is Anna Ari coming to you from Awakening Health Awareness. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and share a little message with everyone just about being in control of your mind and your emotions and learning to respond instead of react. So, a lot of times in our lives, people will say or do things that trigger us, like trigger our soul, like can really upset us and make us feel certain things. And whether it's tapping into something from your past that kind of turns on a chemical um, reaction, which happens physically in your body. So if you have a thought or an experience that reminds your subconscious of trauma, you are taken back to that place. There are people in my life that, have caused me trauma. And, but they're people I love and people I still want to be around, family and whatnot. But certain things can trigger me and it'll take me right back to when I was 4 years old or 6 years old or whenever I felt those emotions. And it's not necessarily that I'm aware of it, but my physical being and the way I react and the way I respond when someone calls me on, look at how you're acting or look at how you're responding to that or reacting to that, lets me know that I've been triggered and lets me know that that chemical has been released and my body is remembering that trauma and that I'm not my best self and I'm not my highest self, and I'm not operating at my fullest potential. So when you can learn to identify your triggers and learn to identify when you've been triggered, you can snap out of it. You can control it. You don't have to react. You can respond. You can take a deep breath. You can go meditate. You can exercise, get out of your head and into your body, in the physical and in the here and now, because everything else is just abstract thought. It's just what your brain is hardwired to do because of those patterns that you've set in your mind, whether you meant to or not. It's just your experiences that create that response. So a lot of people, oh, this person disrespected me, or oh, this person should know better. This person knows me, so they should act a certain way or act accordingly because of who I am and how I am. No, that's not how it works, sweetheart. You're in control of you. And no matter what anyone says or does, you have a choice to always be joyful and in gratitude no matter what anyone says or does. That's one of the I don't have it right here. That's one of the things I'm studying. One of my brain gym affirmations is that I will be joyous and grateful no matter what, or something like that. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't studied enough. But anyway, yeah, so respond, not react. If someone triggers you, you have a choice how you respond and how you react. And people who get all belligerent and start cussing and pointing the finger and blaming someone else, stop for a second, take a deep breath, look in the mirror and say, what could I do differently right now? Is it true? Is it really true? Who am I when I choose to believe this to be true? And then who would I be if I chose not to believe this reality currently? Because reality is relative to you. It's how you are perceiving reality. That's why there's people in the world that can believe completely different things and you're like, this person is insane, this is not reality. It's because that's their reality and it is real to them. It's very real to them. And the sooner we all understand that about each other, the better off we're going to be, because we can communicate and start to see things from other people's perspective and they really do believe that, like that's real to them. And once you can understand that and empathize with that, then you can communicate with that person and understand and try to put yourself in their shoes and empathize and communicate and come to an understanding. So it's a very important and special time to be on the planet, and we're very, very, very fortunate to be alive during this time because we have more control and more power over our lives and our future and our destiny than we ever did as human beings. So you get to choose. Respond, don't react. take a deep breath, walk away, choose to meditate, take 24 hours. I had an assistant, and she'll probably see this, who, she'd get all fired up at a board meeting, and she'd be ready to send a nasty email to one of the board members. And then she would calm down. I would tell her, your hair's on fire again, and you need to calm down. And before you send that email, I want you to just sleep on it. And the next day, you tell me if you still want to send that email. And sure enough, of course, the next day you feel better. You have a better perspective. So don't respond out of anger, or don't react out of anger, because number one, your message isn't going to be heard. Nobody responds to someone coming at them if they're put on the defense, because you are literally putting that person, taking that person from their frontal lobe, where they should be, where you want them to be to receive the information you're giving them, and you're putting them back here in their occipital lobe, in their fight or flight or freeze state of mind. And so whatever you get from them is not going to be their genuine self either, because you've just put them on the defense by accusing them of whatever it is that you feel like they've done. And a lot of times people's intentions aren't what you think. They really aren't. You put them through this filter, and you take things personally, and we, not you, all of us, take things personally, and it's just not that way. The person could be having a bad day, or they're going through their own stuff. And, just give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe your instincts are right. Maybe, this person should treat you with more respect, or, maybe you believed something about this person that was true, and why they said what they said or did what they did. But just keep paying attention. Keep looking for the signs, the information. There's so much said in what isn't said, and actions speak way louder than words. So, just give each other the benefit of the doubt, and again, respond, not react. Deep breath, count to 10. Okay, how do I respond to this? Who do I want to be in this moment? Ask yourself, who do I want to be in this moment? Do I want to show my ugly self? Do I want to show my dark side? Do I really want people to see that? Sometimes you need to. Sometimes the dark side needs to come out, and you need to set boundaries with people and let them know what your standards are. But a lot of times things can just be left unsaid. We get really witty and smart, and we can think of these horrible comebacks and ways to hurt people, and we feel accomplished because we're so smart, and we could just, we got those silver tongues. But you hurt people with those silver tongues, and words said can't be taken back. And people don't forget. People don't forget what you said. People will forget what you did. People will even forget what you said, but they'll never forget the way you make them feel. Maya Angelou. Energy's real. If you feel a certain way around a certain person, that's where your truth lies, not in their words, but how they make you feel. So pay attention to how your body feels and reacts and responds around certain people, and that's how you determine whether or not that person is supposed to be around you and in your life. So I'm trying to keep these videos under 10 minutes again, so that people can just take a few minutes out of their day and hear the message that I feel called to give you for that day. I made a video yesterday. I was out in the sun, and it was really cool because the sun was like, every time I got excited, the orb around me got bigger. But I'm not sure if I'm going to post that one or not, because, I was laying in the sun, in my bathing suit. But I'm getting better at this and getting more comfortable on video. This is really hard for me. I am an introvert. I am not one who is comfortable in front of the camera, but I'm getting a little more confident, and now that I'm have a different perspective and mindset. And anyway, follow your dreams. Love you all. Have a beautiful Friday.